Hey, what's up? Uh, Usually when I talk about communism, um, I try to go more in depth into, like, communism is like, it's a very interesting topic. And you can talk about it all day because there's so many things that you can go into. But yeah, today I'm talk about communism, and I'm gonna talk about, the Democrats and how they have always been, socialists. And because the Democrats are, they're pro-government. They want the government controlling everything. And the Republicans have always been almost like the anarchists. They don't like the government. They're against the government. They don't want the government to have too much power. Only thing they want the government to do is just protect the country. So that's why we don't want no open borders because we got to protect our country. Because open borders. You think about it. The problem with open borders is, well, first of all, if you're not willing to house an immigrant, you're a hypocrite if you want open borders. If you can't house an immigrant yourself, then you're okay with the immigrants coming into the country. That's hypocritical. But anyway, so and how do you control how many are coming in? Do you want 1,000 or 1 billion? Because we got 3 billion people living off only $2 a day or $2 a month. But anyway, um, so I don't know how that's gonna work out. Like, they're gonna be in your neighborhood in a second. But anyway, so if you think about, if you notice about the Democrats or the socialists, well, the thing is, they don't even have to call themselves socialists because Democrats are socialists. If you know anything about what's going on with Lacey Green and Francesca Franny, is that the Black Lives Matter movement found out that Franny had a white husband, and then the Lacey Green has found out that the right and the people in the middle have treated her better than the people on the left. And if you know anything about the left and then the Democrats, the liberals, they're actually pretty racist. And the funny thing is that they have always been racist, and they have always been the socialists. And if you know anything about communism is that everybody has to be equal, meaning everything that you say and everything that you do has to be equal. So if the group is violent, then we have to be equally violent. If the group is feminist, then we have to be equally feminist. If the group is gay, then we have to be equally gay. We can't have no half gays up in here. We can't have no people that are not pro-gay all the way. If you say anything that sways away from being pro-gay or being pro-feminist, then we gotta let you go. And usually in communism, they don't just let you go. They don't say, "Hey, you're not talking pro-feminism no more. You gotta leave the group." No, they will punish you before you leave. And in most cases, in true communism, they will kill you. So it's like, but because this is America, instead of killing them, they either physically harm you, or they embarrass you, or they humiliate you. So they'll call you all types of names. They will say they hope you get raped. They hope you commit suicide. They hope that you die one day, die of cancer. They just say the most insane stuff. And the funny thing is, they get called all the same stuff that they were calling you because you were a conservative, or you were on the right, or something like that. It's kind of funny how they do the same thing. It's kind of weird seeing these people when they fall, because it turns out they're not totally like full feminists or full Black Lives Matter or pro black, because Francesca and Lacey, they were playing those easy roles of being on the left. Okay, Franny was like, okay, all I have to do is just be the most pro-black person, and she had the most like ballet type accent. You can tell she didn't hang around the hood too much, which is a good thing. You ain't gotta live in no hood. I mean, I don't know what's so great about having a violent neighborhood. Anyway, so people people usually join the left because it's the easiest thing to do. Okay, all I have to do is be pro-black. All I have to be is a pro-feminist, and I get these women on my side. It's the easiest thing to do. And then now you have women who are now saying why I left feminism. You know, I always kind of thought that Lacey was kind of trolling, that she wasn't actually a feminist. That I don't know if it was actually real because she she will always have her, you know, her breast hanging out while she was talking about feminism. And I was like, okay, I don't know if this lady's like actually truthful. She might be trolling. She might not be real. And Francesca too. There's no way this lady's pro-black. How in the world can this lady be pro-black, pro-Black Lives Matter, and this lady got a white husband? And now that feminists are now finding out that Lacey is not actually a pro-feminist, not all the way. You know, now they're attacking her and attacking other people. And because if there's nobody else to fight, you're gonna have to fight either yourself or the people around you. So they're attacking Franny now because they find out that she has a white husband. And now she has to defend herself and why she got a white husband and all this stuff. And why she didn't tell nobody. You know. And I noticed was that the Democrats and Socialists have always been the racist and the most violent. And usually the people who are the most violent are usually the weakest. Because the thing about conservatives is they don't fight unless they have to. They don't go to rallies just to mess with Antifa. They find out what kind of person you are first. They fill you out. They talk to you. They find out, okay, who is really into this? Because I mean, I can look at the rallies and I notice that there's some people in Antifa that are not really into it all the way. They're just in there because they want friends, and I get it. There's a lot of antisocial school shooter type people in Antifa. They just want friends, and they join it because of that. I don't think they're racist. I don't think they even know that the group is racist, because I looked at Antifa, I looked at the Democrats, I looked at the Black Democrats. You know, they're totally racist. They're totally for segregation. With the Ku Klux Klans, like, yeah, cool, segregation, that's great. We don't want to live around here anyway. So, um, but you know, when you're dealing with socialism, everybody is equal. That means the ideas are equal, and then your rhetoric has to be equal. So if you if you slightly sway away from the rhetoric or the ideas, or if you're pro or not, then they'll attack you, and they would disavow you. They don't want you in your group no more. And the sad thing is that the people that question the group, and they have some legitimate questions, they're surprised that they're being attacked, and and they get the same treatment, or the same treatment they gave to others. It's kind of like this weird karma, is that, you know, when they was in the feminism, when they was in the Black Lives Matter, they were yelling at people, calling people Nazis, calling people sexist, misogynist. And now that they have questioned the group, now they're being called misogynist and racist and sexist. And now they have to pick a side, because you know, doing videos and doing blogs or whatever, this is their job. So they gotta have some type of, they have to be on someone's side, because who is their audience then? If Lacey Green's audience is feminist, and now she's questioning some aspects of feminism, who is her audience? if Francesca, if her audience is people who hate white people who hate white men, hate straight white men, and if she's questioned some of this stuff, and she has to now defend her white husband, and actually now she has a white husband, then who is her audience now? Because the right and the middle don't like her, and the left don't like them. So who is her audience then? If nobody likes them, who is her audience? So because they have no audience now, if the blacks are attacking her, and then the liberals don't like her, and then the right don't like her, and the people in the middle don't like her, then who is her audience? She's gonna have to pick a side. So I think she's either gonna come out and apologize, or she's gonna she's gonna join the well, I think the first thing she's probably gonna do, well, is yeah, the first thing a woman usually does is try to defend it, like will apologize, defend it, say I'm sorry, try to explain it. But she doesn't know. As soon as you join, as soon as you leave the cult or you leave the communists, as soon as you're saying that you're not equal to us in our rhetoric, nah, we don't want you no more. So I don't know what's going to happen. So as a man, I question everything and then deny everything. And I've noticed that there's a lot of women that are posing as conservatives, and they're not actually conservative. Um, they're just they just have realized that the left is crazy, and they don't want to be part of that. So they pick the one audience that would listen to them. And conservatives are usually pretty respectable, and they will let anybody in. They'll let you speak. Um, and I know it's a lot of people, they like these women, and you gotta understand the conservative women are usually good looking, and a lot of men will listen to a woman just because she's good looking. And if she's even slightly intelligent, will listen to her. So I would say, question everything, you know, um, and try to understand that there's a lot of people that are not actually conservative. Um, we already know that Tommy Lawrence, she wasn't actually truly conservative. She had some. She said she was pro-choice, which is automatically not conservative no more. And then you got this. I think I forgot her name. She had glasses on, and she said she would have an abortion. I was like, okay, because it's the make sure the video's too long. Just like how there was a lot of women out there posing to be nerds, and they were saying they love video games and like that. And they probably play like Angry Birds or something. And just like that, how the women were posing to be nerds because they knew they would get an audience if because there's a lot of desperate men out there, right? So if you pose as a nerd, you pose as you're on our side, and they would put on glasses and everything and act like they're nerds or something. It'd probably be like glasses with no lenses or something. you know, they probably bought them glasses at CVS or something. It was just women pretending to be nerds because they knew they would automatically get an audience, and they would make some money. It's the same way cam girls or girls on Twitch will know nothing about the video game, but they will have their breasts hanging out, and they'll automatically get views and money. So they're only doing it for money. So that's why when I look at a female YouTuber, I'm thinking, I don't know, are they just pretending, or because Daisy did the whole feminism thing because she knew it was gonna work. Francesca did the whole pro black thing, pro BLM thing because she knew it was gonna work. She knew she was gonna get an audience. But as soon as she brings out her real self, then Democrats and socialists like, no, you can't. You're not with us no more. We don't like you. You gotta go. Because the Democrats have always been the socialists. They have always been equal thoughts. If anybody, they have always disempowering anybody that equally not thinking like them or equally not doing like them. So that's why I have always said, forget it. I'm not joining no groups. you know, I'm not pro-democrat. I'm not pro-conservative. You know, I'm not pro-liberal. I'm questioning all this stuff. Veganism. Those vegans, man, they're some cultist, crazy people, man. they are hardcore cultists, man. They will throw that in your face. If anybody's put that much thought into something, you know there's something wrong with it. They're putting that much emotion into that. Anyway, so I would say, I'm not saying you can't trust nobody. I'm just saying that if if they gonna pit if Lacey or Fran will put so much into hating white people or hating anti-feminists, and all of a sudden they're like questioning it. Why is that? It's because they realize they lost their audience, and they have to find a new one. So that's the way I see it. I don't know if it's true. Maybe the whole time they weren't actually pro-black or feminist, and they were just pretending because that was an easy mark. It was an easy job to get. I mean, you ain't got to have no facts. You can just lie about everything, make up all kinds of stuff. It's easy being pro-black because you can just make up stuff. It's easy being a feminist because you can just make up facts. So it was an easy job. They made a lot of money. They fooled a lot of people. You know, it's the same thing as the women pretending to be nerds. They didn't really care about these video games and nothing like that. They don't play no video games. But it was an easy market to tackle. It was, guys are desperate. And the funny thing about it, it's like you're gonna have the desperate women on your side or the desperate men on your side. And so there's a lot of desperate people, a lot of lonely people out there. So it's not that hard to get these audiences. Anyway, so yeah, you can believe that Lacey or that. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. She seems like a good person. I don't know. I don't really see nothing wrong with her now. Yeah, you can believe that. I mean, you don't really know them in real life anyway, so it probably don't matter. So yeah, the communism has always been socialist. I mean, the Democrats have always been socialists. They have always been a hardcore racist. They had never changed. And then when the blacks join it, they just as be hardcore racist as the whites. And the Jews, they can be just as racist as anybody else, And the feminists are just as hardcore hating men as they always was, So nothing has really changed that much. They're all equally crazy. So if you're crazy too, I guess you would join it. But anyway, so what do you think? I mean, do you think that the Democrats have always been the socialists, or do you think that we can somehow, let's say, perform the Democrats? I don't think so. I think they have always been a racist, and I mean, if you look at the Democrats to control society, they are the worst communities. I mean, I guess you would say. Can you name one black neighborhood? Can you name one black neighborhood controlled by Democrats that you want to live in? I would say you probably can't. But hey, if you can, let me know. So, yeah. All right, peace out.